part 2 of the Punters show. We probably might talk about some racing. What we got to talk about, boys, what we have got to talk about is the tournament this week. The tournament of the year through Top Better. This time last year we were on our way up to Eagle Farm for the straight break, for the great tournament. This year it's at Doomben, of course. $500 buy-in.
And what tournament? Sydney or Brisbane?
It's Brisbane. Yeah, straight break day. Straight break day. Yeah, the Glenster's in.
I'm in it, sure.
Yeah, you're there?
I'm favourite.
Yeah, we're favourite.
What am I? Is there 40 runners?
Well, Fletcher's in.
I've got 100 yards on him.
Kingsley, defending champ.
25 yards on him.
Oh, yeah, so it's going to be one of those non-winning favourites, mate. You are entitled to be favourite.
I'll be winning. Yeah, who else in?
I think Snowy's in.
Fucking Snowy, got 1,000 yards on Snowy.
Luke Morrill from who won the Melbourne Cup from Australian Bloodstock, good judge.
Fucking no idea compared to me.
Who is he? Oh, he's done it.
He's the guy that looked at Robbie's books for about 6 months.
Fucking have no idea. But lock me and him in a room, he wouldn't walk out with his eyebrows.
Who else? Matt Taylor's in.
Aaron Macy.
Aaron Macy.
Shut up, you fucking idiots.
I think Cookie might actually come in with Aaron too.
Yeah, Cookie's a good man. He'd be hard to beat. He's always hard to beat, Cookie.
Yeah.
He's hard to beat.
Yeah.
How you going in life, Cookie? Yeah, I'm hard to beat.
Anyway.
So basically all the gang's in. So if you want to come and join us, you've got no fucking oath, but put your 500 in.
No, but they pay second, Glenn. So so they can run second to you and still get a good prize money.
Come and take us on. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Look, it's a great way. And like for $500, I think the absolute minimum is a $10,000 pool. There'll be a lot more than that. It'll be more 25,000, 30,000. So you'll be playing for probably about 12, 15,000. Pays back. It'll probably pay down to about 10th or thereabouts.
We don't know how it all sets up. Look it up and get involved.
Yeah, and if you haven't played a tournament for a while, a brand new feature on Saturday's one is that you're going to be able to see as soon as the race jumps, you're going to be able to see what everybody's on. So, which is normally you just see the scoreboard updating. So you can basically with this one cheer your own horses and pull the tails of the other ones as you go through. If you don't know what it's about, we've done did a video yesterday with Fletch that explains it a little bit more. Yeah. But more information is at the site at Top Better. Basically, what it is $550 to buy in. You get $10,000 better bucks or fun money or whatever to play with. You'd invest that through the afternoon, win and place. It's all liquid throughout the afternoon on the Brisbane races, whatever way you want to handle it. All you've got to do is turn over your $10,000, and as we say, boys, it's normally the clubhouse lead. You want to aim for about 100, don't you? You want to try to get to about 100,000. It's going to win.
The good thing is you can see where you are all the time, and you might be on 70,000 with the race to go, and you have the race off.
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
You just pull the coattails of everyone chasing you.
Exactly right.
Which is again another way of betting.
It's a great strategy. I mean, obviously you got to know your form and all that, but the way that you strategise of playing against the person as well too. It's a fascinating thing.
And to be honest, if you are out there and you're Joe Nobody, we'd be happy to see you win because it's great.
Oh, absolutely. We're actually cheering for that. And then you got the sledge box too. So when Fletcher's betting up or whatever, you can
say, "You fag, what are you doing here?"
Yeah,
he'd love it.
Yeah, and you can say Glenstar, and then when you see Glenstar's done none, and there's a new account that comes on, it's Dallas Bowling for Glenn.
That's just my recharge.
Glenn.
So boys, no matter what I'm in life, there's a shifty that'll go with me. It can't be more honest than that. Go, boom!
All right, so remember that.
All right, well, first email, Del.
And just also on Brisbane too, Race Speed Profiles and John McLeod. John McLeod again nailing his moral.
Buy a Ford off him in the morning. And
buy a Ford, Johnny McLeod, that's exactly right. Race Speed, Winix.
Did it win?
Pissed in.
Winix, what do you mean? You
Winx.
mean Winx?
You should get a job at Sky. No, Vince Accardi calls it Winix. Winix, yeah. But again...
Brendan Parnell, Dallas. Winix.
Lovely, cool. Oh, you got a couple of things for me today. Get a girl that's suicidal and done anything with.
That's right.
Anyway, Race Speed Profiles, there's packages available. You can buy all three for Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane, or you can buy Sydney and Melbourne as a package, or you can buy Brisbane.
You get a girl with that haircut. She have rubber titties on the top of your head. They ever do that?
Leathery and oil and all that. Yeah.
I think they do, don't they? See, this is...
You know what you could do? You could go out and do the business with more than two women and find out the difference in what actually happens. What about a girl from a different race?
You're talking about me?
Yeah, I'm saying...
Dallas, I'm just taking things very slowly. I'll be back one day. I'll start one day.
Anyway, all right, an email from somebody who'll probably keep
Well, this
that
is a very funny email.
And it's so topical today. Who do you think will lose their job first? George Pell, Sepp Blatter, or Peter V'landys?
Well, you would have thought George Pell.
Well,
You would have thought George Pell's favourite.
well, walking down the street with that lovely person supporting him 30 years ago is enough to think it's enough to go.
Did you see him kiss the Pope's hand this week? And the Pope, he nearly spat on him on top of his head.
Yeah, lovely.
It's hard to like George Pell.
But
Hard to like
that market's been suspended.
that market's off.
So Sepp Blatter he resigned this morning.
Sepp Blatter resigned this morning.
It's over.
But
Yes, Sepp Blatter resigned this morning. That's what I'm saying. It's a good email.
yeah, but can I just throw out there too? Sepp Blatter resigned this morning. Now, maybe we might all just consider this one of the reason he resigned. He said, "I have the support from the internal people at FIFA, but it feels like the whole soccer world is against me."
It's just a hunch.
Do you think there might be some correlation there to something in racing? I don't know. Maybe the internal board might like somebody, and then the general racing populace
But he'll never-
might think that the job isn't being done all that
The
well.
person you're talking about will never resign.
I was talking about George Pell.
That's okay.
But I tell you what all of these three people have got in common, and what a lot of people that they do is they're very, very good at making sure that their job is protected. Hence
do.
why the internal people
Peter
like
V'landys tends to alleviate any other...
Boom! We had a chat room question read the Brisbane track, and our man John McLeod on the way to sell a few Falcons today at John McLeod Motors. He thought the question regarding the Brisbane track, and his answer to it was, I think they're shifting the rail back in 2 or 3 metres again, so by the time the Stradbroke comes around, probably handy, but 3, 4, 5 off the fence best. Hard to give start around Doomben. Doomben 10,000 was just a poor race when Swoopers ran the last 400 metres 8 lengths slower than par.
Wow.
So that's John. So John's saying handy and 3 and 4, 5 off. Happy with that, mate?
I believe John's Brisbane.
Brisbane, there it is. Okay.
That's his guys.
From
Aaron. Is this Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron, this is your man, Aaron. Are we worried about the lack of quality in the apprentice ranks? Claire Nutman and Jess Taylor were fighting it out for the Apprentice Champion Series.
I must say, I think Jess Taylor is the most improved rider
I'd agree with that.
that I've seen lately. Like, I didn't want a bar of her before. I am almost looking for her.
In 2 years, she's the most... And as a girl, she's the most improved girl rider I've ever seen.
Yeah, she's a gun now.
In town ranks not much better. Who will be the Hugh Bowmans in the future? I mean, who have we got? Yeah, boys. Taylor Marshall, Winona.
So there's just no one.
There's just no one coming through.
And
is
talking about Diego Lima.
Tupo?
And Diego, you've seen him?
Have I told you about Diego Lima, boys?
No. Do tell.
Update. You've got a Diego update.
In jail.
What?
In jail, been in there over 12 months awaiting a court appearance on kidnapping.
What?
You get the best guys.
Been in jail over 12 months.
In the boob.
In the boob, yeah.
What did Diego do again?
Apparently the story goes he wanted to drive his girlfriend. He wanted his girlfriend to drive him the races. She came around. She said they had a sting like you do, and he fucking little bit of. I don't know. I don't want to say there's abuse or whatever.
Yeah, just be
but
careful.
for whatever reason, he's been charged with kidnapping. So obviously didn't let her leave the house. So the coppers have got him, little Diego, for kidnapping. So let's go through it. You're a super hot rider. Then Murray grabs you, doing a wonderful job, Mr. Murray, and sends you back to apprentice school. And then down the track, now you're in the booth.
But that's all good.
For kidnapping.
That's all
Right,
positive.
now listen, let's get it. We had a benefit day for O'Shea, who went on to be a multi-millionaire. Diego's in the boob for kidnapping. He couldn't kidnap a footy sock. That's fair. Been there for 12 months.
Oh, dear.
New South Wales
Well,
yeah. Imagine him coming a little blunt like that. Yeah, I was a kidnapper. The judges go, not guilty. Fucking send him on his way. Sorry, sir, for the inconvenience. There's a fucking update.
Teen Queen. That's Jesus Christ, that's a big one. Teen Queen. I'm back from my most recent Victorian racetrack photography photographing expedition, and have uploaded all the photos to my Photo Bucket website, which you can link if you wish. Link that website, please. Matt.
Okay.
This time I photographed race courses at Tumut, Omayo, at Hinamunji.
That'd be an Aboriginal sacred site. I remember the Hinamunji people were killed there. It was awful.
Was it? Okay.
I think.
Tambo Valley at Swiss
Tambo
Creek, Bairnsdale Sale, Old Pakenham, New Pakenham, Stony Creek and Wallamai. By far the prettiest was Tumut. It was so much character. With 2 old grandstands in a very big paved area where I'm sure 100 or so bookies once fielded. By far the race course with the least character was the new Pakenham course, which is about 20 kilometres east of Pakenham at a place called Narnagoon.
Yes, the Narnagoon people are another people too.
Hard to see it ever having any character either, and believe it or not, they have a huge single-storey building with a members area, public bar and restaurant, but they've left the bookies outside. Idiots.
Can I just butt in there? Spoke to the Melbourne bookies that fielded at the first new Pakenham meeting. They said it was the coldest place they have ever been.
Wow.
And it'd be hard to build a racetrack in that area these days and not have an indoor betting room, because that you're close to fucking Antarctica. Anyway, obviously the people of Bairnsdale weren't aware of who Teen Queen is. I was asked by 2 people what I was doing. I've had an idea. How about the Punter Show viewers scan any old or new photos they have of a racecourse and we can poll them in the website? I'd love to see any photos taken of the betting rings at different tracks, racecourses filled with punters from days gone by. I'm sure some people have some old photos laying around. They could either email them to me direct and I'd upload them to a new website, or they could send them through. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea, I love it.
I love that idea.
And I also have a suggestion for a competent CEO to take over from Captain Pete. What about Sepp Blatter?
Well, he's looking for a job.
Yeah.
He'll be doing a good job.
Thanks, Ray.
That's from Teen. G'day, Teen. From
No.
the US or from
No,
us?
from us. From the US. Matt put this out. New South Wales racing codes are lining up to oppose any move to implement an independent regulatory authority in the state. Matt, you posted that article. What can you say about
What do
that?
you mean? Aren't they already supposed to be independent?
Well, an overall body over governing after all the greyhound sort of
right. So
mass
racing
burials.
harness greyhound.
Yeah, so an overall...
The government in Queensland have basically all boards in Queensland have been stripped. So from gallops to harness, they've all been put
they're
in
gone.
the same. But you're all part of
Brent
that.
Hogan's gone from the Racing New Zealand Road
Yeah.
board. Yeah. Anyway,
So,
an overall... Well, put it this way. I think we all agree that something needs to happen in racing administration.
This is a good email, the next one.
Hi, Pete from Peter. Heard on the radio the banter between heard on the radio the banter between Glenn Munsey and the steward who was on, I think, Mark Van Gestel.
It was.
And Mark Van Gestel was a solid bloke.
And the great night they had in the tab box at the footy.
They weren't together at the tab box.
Well, that's all well and good. This is what Peter is saying. How would it be perceived if Ray was guest of Bet365 or Greg Rudolph was special guest of William Hill at Speedo's soiree at the launch of their latest budgie smokers?
So don't forget anything I bring up these people.
There was a case recently the stewards had to rule on something with the tab, as there will be many times in the future. Personally, I think they should mix with all bookmakers and punters, but doubt they would if it was anyone other than the tab. Hashtag just saying. Hashtag interesting.
Hashtag very interesting.
I can't believe the stewards
Yeah.
have accepted an
Do you want
invitation
to come out
from
to the
TAB.
footy at the tab box? Is that right?
I've got
I
no
can't
problem with
believe
it.
they've done it.
I've got no problem with
Oh,
it if they accept Bet365, if they accept William Hill, and they accept.
They wouldn't accept those jobs.
No.
So what's the difference?
That's
That's the game.
That's the crux
Well,
of the email.
that's
And
it's
I'd like to
basically
discuss and
the TAB's
think there,
been
people.
trading on the perception that it's government owned and how they will promote that idea forever. It's just another corporate.
They did list what 15 years ago.
A long
But I
time
would like
ago.
to see Greg Rudolph in a budgie, in his budgie.
In the
at
Speedo
William Hill,
launch.
The Speedo's launch.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
William Hill.
Yeah, but it is interesting, isn't it?
That sounds
I'd say that's
dodgy.
just. I don't think it sounds dodgy. I'd say it's just a slip.
I know.
Hasn't thought
I think it's thought provoking in the fact that, as Mark said, the tab is as much as a corporate entity as any of the other ones are, and I think it just goes to show how it's all maybe perceived as being something that it isn't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. As far as Racing New South Wales is concerned, the TAB is their business partner.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
can't wait to hear Pollitt's opinion on Adam Goods. Did you see this young man try to throw spears at the crowd?
Oh, it was Indigenous Week.
It's
okay.
Indigenous
What? So you
week.
can throw spears?
He didn't have a
Yeah.
spear in his hand, did he?
He would have thrown.
No, he
spears.
did a war dance. I don't think he touched the ball all night. Then he kicked a goal, and then he did a war dance.
Does he play on this? He plays on the Abo card as much as the tall cricketer plays on the dead wife card. What's his name?
Dan McGrath.
It's all the same card. I've got this card in life. There's my little gravy train.
I think there's a lot. If you criticise somebody who is an Aboriginal, that you're being racist. You might not be just criticising him for
I think
being.
Adam Goods is more racist than most of us. The other way.
Well, and you've always had an issue with it, not about being him Aboriginal or anything else like that, but him dobbing on a
Adam Goods
11-year-old
can throw
girl.
a spear at me in the
Yeah.
crowd. Can I turn up with a pretend shotty and try and take
A
him
musket.
out? A musket. Pretend musket. Boom!
Or should boom be something like boom? Now,
He does play on this abo card.
Yeah.
A musket, I could go good with a musket.
dressed up like in the old Sydney Town gear. Boom.
With about 3 abo Sheilas hanging off your front door.
What's old Sydney Town?
Yeah.
Bring back Daniel Muscat. That's the call.
Yeah, D Muscat. D Muscat off of here.
Well,
He went back to England.
the original window leaker.
He went back to England to ride. If you've seen the English videos, I've never seen him with any rides.
No.
Muscat, what a good boy.
Anyway, let's take Glenn's opinion on Adam Goods. Nathan said, John Scores tipped first 5 winners today at Goulburn. China has clearly lifted his rating. Why can't Chantel lift G. Harley? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, fair comment. I did see Scorsese tip the other day, and I did mention about that quality that boy you got, Mark Guest, didn't you?
No, you haven't. You mentioned it to me. Yeah, you tipped Mark Guest as a good
I
judge.
tipped Mark Guest is on the thing. I said, listen, he's one bloke I can listen to, and the other day on his selections on...
Was Alleviate in them?
I don't know, but
Sky.
anyway,
No,
Sky, 4 and a 4 and a 4 and a 4, something like that, $256 quality, and he got every winner out of the 4 things. It was 2 30s chances and a 9s chances. They paid $31,000 a quality, which just tells you that anyone who gets his tips doesn't bet with them, but that's another story altogether. But that's excellent tipping.
Waiting for China Marsden.
That's unbelievable tipping. Like to clock at 31.
To clock at 30,000
And then,
quad.
and
Yeah,
which
well
is
done.
unbelievable.
Well done.
You think it should have paid 4,000 because people get his tips, but they obviously don't. But great tipping.
Well done. Exactly. Gerard said, are sectional times available for anywhere in New South Wales and country racing like Goulburn and Gosford, for example? And the answer is, Mark, yes.
Daily sectionals.
Vince Accardi daily sectionals, accurate, or every track, every horse, every runner, all that. So just go to dailysectionals.com.au and Vince's direct details are there for that.
I was on the fast track to no hair before Vince turned up.
Yep, beautiful. From the Surfing Punter, should races be re-handicapped after acceptance, as in like we are in the 21st century?
Yeah, but what's he referring to?
I think maybe the manipulation that if you've got a like a
right, yeah,
you got,
definitely.
well, why wouldn't it?
Waller, like
So we'll put in a horse that's been in the paddock for 4 weeks, and it'll get 60 kilos. Everything else will get 54. That would have, and the horses that are on 54, they're probably getting a 6 kilo advantage if you believe in that shit. Yeah. It does make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It would be good back to having true handicaps.
Yeah. Anthony said, is Smurden aware he's booked Corey and not Damien? Different shade of brown. I suppose that's for Lamosty in the
in the Stradbroke.
Stradbroke, yeah.
First and
Yeah.
You see how to sneak in now.
I think it's going to sneak in.
Yeah, I think it was, as we were sitting, I think it was 1 off, wasn't it?
Who's these boys that go to Asia to improve their riding? Lose it.
Melbourne punter added, when Moods thought he was getting S. Nolan and copped L. Nolan. I think that was the story there, wasn't it? I think there was a rider S. Nolan and Luke Nolan was the one, and therefore, and Luke Nolan then rode Bloke Caviar.
Yeah, good on you, Melbourne punter.
But Gay did the same with Tommy and Nathan. I think she sort of mistook.
Well, each boy used to sleep in every second day and one would go track work for it.
He's got no excuse.
Which you do for sure.
He's
But
got no excuse now.
nicest boys. They were the nicest boys that ever lived, those 2 boys, when they were left to England.
Interesting rides. Surfing punter mentioned M. Carl on the Sunshine Coast.
Never saw it.
Jezza, your mate Jezza, and Jezza isn't talking to his kick because he had a pretty happy experience with Bobbin.
Pro band.
Hey, Punters Show, have a look at G. Ryan ride race 6 Narromine today. Wow.
So when was that from the other day?
Last week.
The old hanging in type thing.
Hanging in, wide, not taking off, getting a bit angry, aggressive late.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that. So race 6 from last week. I'm a bit behind on that tape. No, don't do it now, don't.
No, okay, don't do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah. It sort of, what might have been the give up is in the last, say, 35 metres when it made about 2 lengths.
Yeah.
That might have been a little bit of a give up, but yeah.
But you have to look at the bias on the day before you can.
Yeah, everything's sweet. Boom.
Boom. Turf tips. Nice effort by Mark. 4 winners in Sydney.
And box from the previous shows.
Box pick 4 in race 3 for 2,900. That's my 4-man Friday preview.
It's a free show. The boys put a lot of effort into it.
And Alex Pollard a few weeks ago, Storm Siren win a few races. Lobs at $3 with Kathy on board at Goulburn.
What did you do?
I did watch it win. It's got a PR of all time. I'm going to tell you that I did say it's going to win a few races. I'm retracting. It won 3 races the other day. First, last, and only. It's a funny horse.
But hang on, like it's taken ages to win its race. It should have won its race ages ago. Like what about that when Bishin rode it on Boxing Day? Wedding won the race.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and there it was.
It's a funny horse. That horse.
There it was.
It's just so talented, but doesn't.
And that was another race that Aaron was not happy. Tommy Berry rode MRT and went too slow on a one pacer.
Right, that's
Yeah.
a $4 million horse.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Well,
yeah.
This is $4 million.
A
horse.
long way to go to get
Go
back
with
that.
T-Berry.
What about this Pinochet in Chile? He's only killed 3,000. I thought he would be a lot more than that.
Yeah, there's a few surprises in there in the list.
Like Osama bin Laden, 3,500.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, exactly. And he did that
He
with
would
a
have
couple
killed
of
that
plays.
his first Sunday.
He
He did that in one day.
So how's he 3,500?
He's got to have done more. He's got to run over somebody or something.
That's the end of part 2.
Boom.